Greetings, my name is Theo Roach. I'm a licensed mental health therapist. I'm licensed in several states, and I'll be very brief with this message. First of all, I want to welcome you. And then I want to say click on the subscribe button and also the bell to receive various updates and releases of different videos as we shoot videos on a regular basis. So please make sure you do that. The other thing I want to talk about is there's a program that we're looking to launch, several programs, so you definitely want to be on the lookout and visit our website and stay up to date about different information as it's being released, different programs as they're being offered. I'm excited about all the programs that we're looking to launch. There's one in particular that really resonates with me, and that's the minority male mentoring program. If you're interested, please let me know. Inbox me directly, and I can give you additional information as it relates to that particular program. The other thing I wanted to say, and I'll be very brief with this, but I want to talk about like the racial tension that we experience in our society. It's very unfortunate, very unfortunate that, after 40, 50 years or whatever, we continue to experience this racial tension, and I think it's very unfortunate. Now, first of all, before I go further, I want to make a disclaimer. I'm a licensed mental health therapist. I'm African American. Very proud of being African American. I study a lot about African Americans and mental health, obviously. And so on my YouTube channel, you will definitely see where I break down different races as it relates to how it affects, how mental health affects that particular race. But I don't prefer one race over the other, so I want to be very clear about that. I study all, nationalities, all culture, and how that affects mental health. So mental health is really no different. From a symptom standpoint, it's not really any different from African American to Caucasian to Hispanic. Anxiety is anxiety. Depression is depression. ADHD is ADHD. We may experience that differently in terms of how we seek treatment, or if we seek treatment at all. We all know that, a lot of us as African Americans, we don't really believe in that. Well, it's not that we don't believe in it. We just don't see a lot of culturally, well, let me just reframe that by saying that we don't see a lot of individuals that look like us in the field of psychiatry. We can go back to like 400 some years, right? When it talks about like mental health, when we was in slavery and that kind of thing. Not even that far, not even for 100 years, but it kind of dates back to then, and how that impacts and affects who we are, and how we have to deal with a lot of psychological turmoil and things like that by being held captive, by being slaves and having to sleep on wood benches and that kind of thing. So, it's very sad and it's very unfortunate, but we have to deal with that. And so as a result, there was no outlet. There was no going to a psychiatrist or a therapist to kind of talk about different things. So, it kind of dates back to then, if you will, if you want to look at it from a historical standpoint. But again, I want to be very clear that racism is definitely something that I don't endorse, nor do I support, but I feel very, very passionate about the African American culture, which is the culture that, of course, I'm African American. So, of course, that gravitates to me, if you will. However, I treat people from all walks of life, so I want to be very clear about that. Also, at the same time, I want to say how we, without question, man, we have to build up our community. That's the only way that this is really going to work. Certainly it's important that we work together, and I want to emphasize that there's no way we can do it alone. From a cultural standpoint, we have to have Caucasians, we have to have Hispanics to make America great. No one particular race is more superior than another, so I want to be very clear about that. But as African Americans, we have to build up our community. We have to strengthen our community. There needs to be more African American lawyers. There needs to be more African American therapists. There needs to be more African American psychiatrists. There need to be more African American doctors. We just have to do a better job of strengthening our community, man. And like I said, it saddens me because we're going through what we're going through. Peace to the Floyd family. This has been a very difficult, and also others that has been impacted by racism, and has led to an untimely death as well. To the young man down in Brunswick, Georgia, to his family. I think that's very unfortunate, very sad to see. Matter of fact, I hate even looking at like videos behind that. But I really want to emphasize the importance of strengthening our community, supporting our community. One thing I hear people say is that, African American business people, they don't do this right, they don't do that right. Well, it's easy to sit back and point a finger. But if you're not out there trying to make it happen, and you don't have the support to make it happen, then, your expectations can't be way up here. That's not how it works. You have to really support, and if that's something you're not happy about, express that. Don't express it by not showing support. I mean, that's not going to improve the situation, and it's definitely not going to give the business owner the feedback that they need. So again, I'll be very brief. I wanted to be very brief for this video. Like I said, definitely welcome to my YouTube channel, Oasis Clinical Corner. Welcome back to those who are coming back for multiple times. If you're a first-time person, make sure you click on the subscribe button and also the bell, so you can be updated with different information. And I look forward to hearing from you soon. We release information on a regular basis. Typically every Monday something to drop. So definitely you want to make sure you catch that, so you can be involved in that process. And as always, if you have individual questions, feel free to connect with me offline. Again, thank you.